Right, we should have. Oh no, the microphone is. Oh no, the microphone's working. It's working. It's fine. He wasn't dead. It was just delayed. Make sure everything's open. Everything should be going fine. No settings have changed. Go over there so I know if there's going to be any dropped frames. We should sound fine. We should sound fine. We do. Bitrate looks fine as well. So let's see if it can actually survive the game.
Welcome to the actual universe. You may find it's different from our homeland. Should you be able to adapt to the laws of physics in a short time, I am your advisor and will help you through this mission.
Whee! And we're melted.
Everything here is yours. As one of Cosmo and the pioneer of the Dyson Sphere program, you will explore this cluster step by step. By using the resources here to construct the Dyson Sphere to provide energy for the center brain to maintain homeland, starting from scratch. I have chosen a designated planet for you to start the mission, which has necessary resources for initial development. Now please drive the space capsule to the planet.
You know what? I normally don't have music on for games like this, but for streaming, I think we're probably gonna have to. Just so we've got a bit of extra background noise for when I have no idea what to say.
Now you are about to reach the designated planet.
We're crash landing into it, yay! Now I have to remember how the fuck this game works. I see copper, I see iron, I see stone. That's a nice place to start, I suppose.
This is Icarus, a lightweight industrial mecha with powerful functionality. You can use the arrow keys or right-click on the destination to control its movement. In this mission, you will manipulate Icarus to travel beyond the stars and create miracles. You can use the same operation to collect resources, such as trees, gravel, etc. In the meantime, hold down Shift and right-click to give a series of commands. You receive several items after recycling the space capsule. Click the inventory button in the lower right corner of the screen to open the cabin to view them.
We can just
You
use
can hold
E.
down mouse middle button drag to rotate the angle of view, or slide the mouse wheel to zoom in and out.
Replicator we're going to need, which was F. Okay, remember that. Oh yes, the first bunch of stuff is this. So we need 10 magnets for that. Magnetic coils even. Oh, no, we don't actually need that many. So tech tree complete for that. We've got miner and wind turbine.
You
So
have
let's
created a
see.
mining machine to achieve ore collecting automation. Pick it up from the inventory or select it on gathering of construction menu to
So
build it.
basic for that, we would need
Energy is
that.
required in all mecha activities. If it is depleted, the
Research
activities
can
will
wait
be
for
restricted.
now.
You
Assembly
can
will be
click the mecha
needed
panel button at
next.
the bottom right of the screen to open the mecha panel and resupply fuel into the fuel chamber.
Actual research, that's research, that's research. So let's go through that. So see, we had a bunch of those. We have a bunch of that. Right, so we need 10 RVU. And we need 10 of you, which requires copper. Okay. Oh, wait, hang on. That makes 2. So we actually only need 5 for now. Okay, so that's that research done. Although it will be at some point. So then we need another 10 circuit boards and 10 coils. 20 circuit boards, 10 coils, 10 gear. 30 circuit boards, 20 coils. So do that one first, because we know we've got enough. That one we're going to need to mess around with. We need more copper for these.
You have received the sorter and the conveyor belt, which can achieve full automation now. Use the conveyor belt to transport the piled up ores from the mining machine, and the sorter can deliver the ores from the conveyor belt to the smelter for
So,
automatic smelting.
20 of those, and then we needed 30 of these. So there's 20. And there's 30. In the meantime, though, let's think. So we're gonna want that down. I think the most effective was having 6.
Insufficient required items. You can click the replicator button at the bottom right of the screen to open the panel and manually replicate these items. Wind turbine. You have established your first power grid. Not all power facilities has its power supply area. Use the Tesla Tower to extend the area of the power grid. You have done building the first power transmission facility, Tesla Tower. It can carry out short-distance wireless power transmission and expand the power supply area of the power grid. Click on it to view the current power grid information.
So that should be good enough for now. More research is going to be done now. So that was the conveyor belts. And we've got the saw, and they've got the smelters now, so And we have
One of your production facilities is not powered. You need to keep it within the power coverage area and supply it with power facilities in order to maintain its normal works. You built a smelter, which can smelt basic materials, such as iron ingots and
So
copper
we
ingots
want
automatically, while you want to make the raw materials
logistics
and products
in.
get in and out of it autonomously. You need to use sorters and conveyor belts.
okay.
You have a building without recipe set. Please set the recipe you want. After selecting the recipe, you can use the less than key to copy the recipe and the greater
that
than
was
key
it.
to paste the next building that needs to set the same recipe. After selecting the recipe, you can use the less than key to copy the recipe and the greater than key to paste the next building that needs to set the same recipe.
Yeah, definitely need to get some more power going. So we just needed iron, which luckily we have loads of. And that one done. It's mostly, I think, okay, at least for now. I'm trying to think of what the... I mean, obviously we need to get the basics done first, so let's... We need more miners. Oh good, control click just picks up what's there. So let's make 3 more miners for now. Let's see, you're making give or take 140 a minute when everything's moving. So you use 50 a minute. So one can do maybe 4 of these as a constant. Oh, but I also need stone for these. Put 2 of those down for there. you in there. And one of the biggest ones we definitely need to get working quickly is production of conveyor belt. So we're going to want you to come this way, or do you want to sort of use a few extra, but go around? Honestly, probably would have been better to have them go on the other side. Thinking about it now. But I'm honestly fine with this as is for now. So what am I missing for that? Missing... Actually missing iron ore itself, okay. So let's go 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, just enough to do 4 on each. Yep, I know I can make a Matrix lab game, but there's no point making one yet until I can actually make the stuff to go in it. Okay, so if we do that... and connect you up. Like that. We want you to be copper. Nope. Less than the copper. Okay, so that's those. That. More stone, I think it was. We've got a load of stone around here. We need more iron, though. Honestly, we just need more iron. We've got 4 massive things of stone hanging around, but these piddly little tiny 6 ore veins of iron. Okay, so we need these. Also means we're going to want some of those, which also means we're going to want that. So really do wish it would let you put down ghosts to get filled in later on. Whoa, coinage you can deplete already again. Jeez. Okay, so we're going to want a gap of 1.
You can now click the planet thumbnail button in the lower left corner of the screen, or press the M key to try the planet view mode.
So we can make a couple more of these. So we've got conveyors going. So that's fine for now. We are going to need a bunch more of these. Get the inserters going. So, plan is got copper for 1 belt. We can always extend this down a couple extra if we need to. Probably won't need that for a while though, I don't think. We've got a belt full of iron. Then this one will have a belt full of magnets. Again, I'm going to need some more of those. So I think magnets are made in the smelter, if I remember right. Has been some time. Let's quick look at the upgrades. What have we got? Yeah, that needs... I suppose we can give more core energy. Not that we really, you know, can do anything with that at the moment. I mean, it might be worth setting up some miners just to, like, dump a bunch of coal into a box. Because we do have coal nearby. Which will mean we don't have to worry quite so much about running out of fuel. If we see we're getting low, we can just run to the box, grab a stack of coal, and good to go for a while. Oh, no, that is not the one I wanted to do. See, we've got all this coal over here, which is currently just not going to be used. And it's like double the energy out of a log. So if we could just set up, even if just one miner will do. Just one will do. And then a single storage. Then we could just have you come out. Storage.
You built a storage, which
Don't-
can be used to store cargo. You can manually store or use the sorter to automatically stock the cargo.
So let's start building these out a bit. We're also going to need to make a bunch more actual power. Yeah, game, you can keep reminding me about the Matrix Lab all you want. Right now, it's not the priority. Right, okay. So one of those. And then let's put in those. Them connected up. Oh no, actually run out already. Jeez. Oh yeah, and we're on extremely low power because we didn't get the stuff in time. That'll do. And whilst that's happening, let's run over. Because we've got like 300 almost in here at the moment. That'll keep us going for a little bit. Right, so you, there we go, magnets. And that's pretty much all of the basic things that are needed. If I remember right, because all the basic accommodation. Oh, and we need the stone as well. That was it. Okay, so that's all those connected. Now to remember X to dismantle, that was it. Let's get power brought over to here for this one. Then we can start getting the magnets made. That'll save handcrafting them. Oh, I forgot how slow early game on these things was. Ah, yes, we need iron ore for that, which would have been making the magnets, but now we can just grab the magnets we've been making automatically. Yeah, so much more chill compared to Long Dark. That is going the wrong way, that sorter is. Why is that sorter there is the question. All those going in, all those going out, all those are in, all those are out, all those are out, all those are in. Okay, that's fine. So I was making these, so I needed the bricks. Which is something that will be automated once we've got this sorted. So 1, 2, 3, 4. That'll do that. And I know there was a good order for actually putting things together. I just cannot for the life of me remember what it is. So, stone bricks. Copy, paste that in. Because we basically next need to have just like a line of assemblers. And then this little belt bus going next to it so that each thing, say if the first one needs copper and iron, it can just pull from those two belts. Next one needs stone and iron, pull from that one, and so on. That would be the plan. I just cannot for the life of me remember what the good order to do that in is. What is it that we can actually... Because this is where we can make, like, buildings as well. And there's some things, you know, like the conveyor belt, that we will definitely want. Because we're going to be using a lot of those. But to make the conveyor belt, we need cogs. So I suppose we can do it similar to how we've done it in Factorio. where we can make that one do the cogs, and the one next to it we'll have for the conveyor belt, and then just rather than having those come out onto a new belt, they can go directly into the one next to it. So you would need iron. At least if we can get that one set up. And then just emptying in behind it to just a conveyor belt at the back. Not a conveyor belt, just empty into a storage unit at the back. So we just got a container of as many conveyors that we'll possibly need. So we need to be one gap between them so the sorters will work. Move those into there. Buildings. That so cogs are going in, iron ingots are going in. We have now got that sorted. So let's just have something along the lines of that. Gonna make a few storages. We'll need those anyway either way, so might as well make a few now. Let's get these working. And then those we can bring over to here. So storage. And there we go. At least one thing is now, properly automated. So what will be the next thing? I mean, power would be great. So we'd need to have sort of one making coils, one making cogs. Along the lines of this. So it would be cogs into the middle, the coils into the middle, and then that would output what we need. But what else would be more useful right now? What are we going to need in abundance? Sorters, to be honest, I think. Which means that... So let's make that the circuit board. And what the one next to it can then be the sorters. Then we need a sorter to go across there. We'd need to have you two going into there to make those. And then we'd also need... Time to make use of that. Then we'd need iron to go into there as well. And there we go. So now we've got conveyors and sorters sorted. Next thing we're going to need the most of, probably Tesla towers. Since those are our power lines. And you would need your little turn off. Like that. You need to be magnetic coils. So we want coils. Oh, I thought. Oh, I guess we don't have that going yet. So we're going to have to do some creative belt management for now on this, I think. Like that, and then you. It. Yes, it was the. Then we can bring these over into that. Oh, what are you? Wrong one. Got it the wrong way around. It is copper that needs to go there. So that one was fine. You go in. You go in. Then that way you need you to go into there and you to go into there. Okay, so that's Tesla's done. Already got a room though. I know there's a concrete tech, but I don't think we're anywhere close to it yet. Yeah, environment modification. We're quite a way away from that, so maybe it is actually worth having a look at what we need for these.
Matrix Lab. You can use it to make super matrices or research technologies that require them to unlock. The super matrices are the source code of the center brain for maintaining the homeworld. You could upload as many super matrices to the center brain as possible. You can be benefit to unlock more actual world technologies by operating the homeworld simultaneously.
Yeah, to make those we need magnetic coils and circuit boards. So I think what might be a good idea is to do those separately. So let's do a circuit board and the magnetic coil. They can come out onto oh wait, no, that's too close. So they can come out separately like that and can get fed into the matrix there. Something along the lines of that. And then we need another matrix lab to do the actual research. What we can do is, depending on how fast these produce, I mean, we're not looking for anything major right now anyway. Right, so copper. Oh, it's on the wrong side. Yeah, I need copper to be sort of swapped around, right? God, I've barely even started. I'm already turning this thing into spaghetti. We need you to go across. Because unfortunately, right now, these don't reach quite far enough. So for now, I could just move these over here. Get rid of that. And then from there down to there. And hopefully that will give us oh, I don't think we've even got enough room to sort of have a go, having that go up Y1. It's the problem when you haven't played this thing for so long, you just kind of forget the order that things are meant to happen in. So you would go like that. No. We need to drop back down there. I can move this. I can move some of these things though. So let's do that. Do it a bit closer because then at least we've got that corner that we can use to pull stuff from. Pull that back a bit. So if we have the iron coming from there, we still need the iron going in from there as well, though. So that can go, just do that, and that's fine. Hi Suzu, welcome in. Welcome to, oh god, I can't do this. My brain cannot convey this late at night. So I'm going to want to have that under... Oh, even that's not good enough. God damn. Right, let's rethink this entirely. Can I shift them one over and have it work? Because I'd need for you to go into there. Then you can go up to the sky. Yeah, it's Dyson Sphere program. It's one of those ones that I've been owing and ahhing about after doing Factorio and having Factorio last for quite a while. This is one of those games that takes even longer than Factorio. So I figured it might be a nice break every now and then. Especially from the dreaded cold of Alaska. Or Canada or wherever it was that we were in the long dark. I wonder if I can spot these. So rather than doing it that way, if I do this way, and then go back in. And then I bring that over the top. And then bring you back down. And just do a quick little zoop around the corner. I can have that in there. Oh my, have they... Also, have they changed? You can do the things from above now. Oh, after all of that. Never mind, never mind. I'm not gonna go insane over that. Right, so you were that one. And then you were circuit boards. You can put them on ramps. Last time I played this like a year ago, I don't think you could do that. Right, so output, output, delete the spares. You are making blue goo. Need an output line. And then you use it to do the research. Energon cubes. Yeah, we need stone to make glass. I forgot glass was a thing. So we've got stone, we've got magnets, we've got iron, we've got copper. Now we need to add in glass to this. Oh man, I should have done some more like early game research on this before I decided just to jump in, but this very much was a I don't really feel like playing The Lost Ark again for another day in a row because I don't want to burn out on it. And I just picked the game at random I wanted to do. And I'm kind of regretting it because now, you know, I have no idea what's going on. So take all this, take that stone. Buildings, we want. Let's make a bunch of research labs. Start just in-queuing some of these up. Better power. Smelting and steel smelting. Better logistics, because that I think those go over more distance. I think. Maybe not. I don't know. It's been, like I say, it's been a while. Environment modification is definitely one we want. Oh yeah, we can actually do blueprints as well. That was a thing added in since the last time I played. Right, so let's go upwards. Okay, and that is the current height limit we're allowed, okay. Which is fair enough. I mean, we might be able to get an extra lot of research because it's already backed up, so I was about to manually craft, forgetting that we've had that working all the time. Got 400 of these things now. Right, you on research as well. Hopefully that'll be okay. Either way, it's not going to be too much of an issue. We will have to, you know, take it all down and move it around at some point anyway. So we do now have these beautiful things. Just drop that there. And
You built a wireless power tower, which is suitable with long-distance power transmission caused by its longer connection distance. What's exciting is that it can also charge mecha by using electricity from the grid.
Easy charging. No having to hunt down fuel. Well, speaking of fuel, I'm gonna have to start thinking about moving it to different power supplies. Let's see. That's the water pump. What was next? Get rid of that out of the thing and go straight to thermal power, I think, because that unlocks the thermal power unlocks our thermal power plant, so we can start using coal instead. Because, as is the nature of all of these games, screw the environment, we're going to pave the world. At least there's no biters to attack us from pollution yet. I do think that is they're going to plan on adding enemies at some point. I'd rather they didn't, because I quite like it's a little bit more chill than Factorio, because Factorio is like, unless you can complete the game within an hour and a half, you're eventually going to get the biters come after you, just due to the nature of what pollution is in that game. In this, there is no pollution, there are no enemies, you can just go at your own pace. I mean, there are people out there that have probably got like 2 or 3 times the amount of crap going on than I have right now after the same length of time, because they're, you know, just used to it. There we go, power plant. So we've got power, we've picked up the water pumps as well. We've got all this coal here. And it looks like we've got a decent amount of space as well. So let's see. Water pump does 50 per minute of water. Oh, is this is just a burner power plant, isn't it? It's not actually, it doesn't require the water. I wonder, I think, yeah, was it a later on one that chemical plant, plastic. Accumulators, because that's where we start getting into solar. But I do like you start getting things like interstellar power transmission, so you can just basically just take a planet, concrete the whole thing, and then turn it into one massive power plant if you want to. I don't know how feasible it is, because I usually have never got to that point. I usually get so far in and go, oh my word, I'm going to go back to Factorio. Because, unlike Factorio,
In the planet view mode, you can hold down the middle mouse button drag, rotate the angle of view, and hold down the right mouse button, drag to roll the angle of view. Press N key to point to the front to the North Pole.
yeah, unlike
In
Factorio.
the planet view mode,
Oh,
slide the mouse.
shut up. I know it's the planet view mode. But yeah, unlike Factorio where you just have the one planet to deal with, on this, you go to different ones. And different worlds have different materials, so you have to do it. You can't just stick on one planet. If you want titanium, there's no titanium on your starting planet. That would be too easy. Right, so yeah, this does look like it is just a case of
A thermal power station. Such power facilities need to consume chemical energy fuels. If you wanted to generate continuous and stable power, you need to ensure a sufficient fuel supply at all times.
so a gap of 1. I misclicked there. I did not want to do that. There we go. Oh, more smelting techniques. Let's now increase the amount we're going to get out of here, because I feel that we're probably going to need it. Yeah, if one of you could focus on this, it would be wonderful. But I suppose, oh gee, that is a lot more. I didn't realise we'd stored that much. Okay, so let's start putting stuff in. Start bringing it out. Oh, would you look at that? A bunch more iron that we'll probably need at some point. Right, so I don't have any Tesla towers left. Whatever will I do? If only I had foreseen this consequence happening earlier. Let's see, just store... $400 maximum. There we go. That should do us for now, I suppose. I don't think we need much more than that. Wait, oh, just look at how quickly we recharge when there's two of them next to us. Okay, that's steel. Not even thinking of you yet. Okay, what else was there? I mean, finishing the weird line of production would be nice, but at the same time we're going to end up getting stopped short soon. Oh, hang on, did we? No, we haven't got that one yet. I was going to say, had we managed to get to environmental modification yet, and no, we haven't. It's like 400 cubes away. Okay, I think we were at the point where I think we probably need to do this instead. It's not that it can't take them, it's just the fact that those are not quick enough to take them all in at the same time. Right, let's think. What's the next up? Because we have started to get some other weird things turning up, like prisms. And we've doubled the amount of buildings that we had since we started this. But I'm thinking next up we're probably going to want smelters and assemblers. That needs stone, bricks, iron. Yeah, I kind of regret going with the starting method that I've done with Factorio in the past, where we have individual ones building in. So like with this, having a completely separate gear production for this, and then having a separate circuit board for this, and so on. I feel it probably would have been better if we'd have set up sort of a basic line, so that rather than these all going along there, we can make the gears, make the circuits, put them all onto some belt. It would have increased the throughput of materials anyway, because like each of these like takes multiple things to do. So you would have had like more stuff going onto the belt. I mean, for now it's not so much of a worry, but next time I'll probably see if I can't find a basic layout for something a little bit better. Because this is very hodgepodge, really. Yeah, I think I've played through the start of this game maybe twice. And only one of them I went longer than a few days playing it. So the early game is about where I get stumped. Whereas with Factorio, I've played it that often that I know, yeah, I can go into it and I know exactly the first things to build. I've got a thing in my head, a plan. As soon as I go in, I'm like, oh, I need this many assemblers, this, and this. Do it this way. Boom. Everything early game is completed, ready to go for building a bigger base. I am not as confident in this as I am with Factorio. Right, so water pumps we don't need yet. Nothing we have, I don't think, needs water. So let's go. Tesla Tower, we've got sorted. Cart conveyor, we've got. Sorter, we've got. Although we do have these now, so we could. What? You take electric motors. Okay, what do we need to do for electric motors? We can't make electric motors yet, can we? Those are here. They require gears, iron, and coils. Because if possible, it would be nice to just have all of our sorters to be Mark II straight away, without us having to concern ourselves with it. Oh, I forgot. We need to We've got to put you back on there. Good job we had plenty of conveyors, otherwise we would have been stumped for a while. Okay, think. So we can't do the Mark IIs yet. Need to get the research done for the motors. Wind turbines. It might be good to have those automated and make a bunch of them. I don't know how useful that's going to be early. I mean, now that we've got the thermal going, as long as we've got the coal production, we should be fine. And we've got all this coal here. And all this coal here as well. So if needs be, we can have like 9, possibly 10 miners taking all this. Actually going to upgrade these, I think. Let's get that stuff out quicker. Just to make sure that all of them are being used. Because it was kind of ending up about that there. But now we've got... You're going in, you're full, you're full, you're full. Okay, so that should keep those running for a while. And how much do you use? One, 2, 3, 4. So it's about 1 every 4 seconds. And we've got 8 of them. So you need like 8 every 4 seconds, really. Which between all these, we should have. So that should keep that running okay. And at some point, we'll probably want to sort of optimize it more. I'll have a look up at the ratios to like how much coal needs to go per line, because I think last time I did it after this point I had like lines of 10. I just can't remember how much coal was going into each line. Mainly, I want this concrete production terraforming thing to finish so that I can get rid of this lake so that we can extend further out. And I can get rid of this tiny puddle here that's just being a bit annoying. Because I'd like to be able to extend these out to have like a few more of these. And then have these making glass. So a couple making bricks, a couple making glass. Because I know we need them for stuff. Can't remember what it is at the moment, but I know we did need it for things. So I'd rather have a small amount to get things started than not have any going in the thing at all. At least what I could do for now is do something along the lines of just having a couple of storage things. But it's not got anything using it for automation yet, but we know we're going to need it. So at least doing it this way, we'll start stockpiling it already. With things like stone bricks, if it's anything like Factorio, stone bricks are going to be needed for the concrete. I mean, let's have a quick look. What was the modification? Concrete. Yeah, steel and stone. which makes me think maybe whilst all this is going on and we're researching, we should have a look into getting some, you know, working out how we're doing the steel. So to get steel, we need iron plates in a 3 to 1. I think is that. Yeah, so we need 3 every 3 seconds. And then iron is made every 1 second. So actually we should be able to do 1 to 1. Because we'll make 3 seconds, we'll make 3 iron, and then this uses 3 iron every 3 seconds. So that should be a 1 to 1. Yeah. Okay, what side can I put this? I mean, it'd be good to have it on this side because that's where the iron is, and I'd rather not spaghetti stuff around all over again. I feel like I can just actually make the production up here and then route it down. So I'll just bring it down here and across here for when needed. Let's make a couple more of those because we're probably going to need them. I think that should do, to be honest. Research speed too slow? I know, it's really slow. It's because we've run out of backlog. I suppose I can. We do have a few of these things spare, so we'll speed that up. And I also accidentally put this one too far away. So that would have. The longer it is, the more time it takes to get the stuff. Obviously, unlike Factorio's inserters, where it's pretty much always one thing per second. These have a set travel distance along the lines, so these ones at the end are taking longer to do that than these would be to take them out. We've unlocked foundations. Wonderful. Right, so let's get more of these. We need... Let's do 8 total, because then we've got 4 to make the iron, and then 4 to make the steel. For now. Like that. Bring you out. Because we might only need one of these for now. And then you will all come out on this side. So you are going to be steel. You are going to be iron. Let's get some power going to you. Because it is not quite as easy, because there is a little bit of travel time between here. But it's mostly fine. That's mostly working. Let's do what we had before, which is a little buffer. So that if stuff isn't being used, we won't stop making it. Because again, I think steel is going to be one of those things that we're going to need a lot of over the course of the game. And now, can I? Let's see. There you are, down in the corner. So 3 stone to 1 steel. And how fast do you make those? 1 every second, so that should be fine, just having 1 inserter in, 1 inserter out of that bit. Of course, now we need to snake one of these over. So we can start actually picking up some of these things. So you all do that. I want a good and a bad. That's all going the wrong way. Flip hole pack. Oh, that is a beautiful button that they've added. Click on the conveyor belt. Click button. Reverse direction. Oh, that's lovely. I never knew I would need that button, but I'm so glad it exists. Should connect up the odd bits. Okay, so that's coming in. Oh no, we don't have any more of these. Well, we do actually. We've actually got loads of them. What am I thinking? Got like 400 of things. Okay, and it just makes one at a time, so that's gonna be really slow.
Foundation, a terrain leveling tool. Yet we cannot use it to change the planetary landforms at will. We can only level the surface to ground zero. If the foundation is used for high grounds, it will gain soil pile. On the contrary, if it is used on the ocean or low-lying areas, it must consume soil pile. When installing the foundation, either choose a kind of decoration or without decoration, even only surface leveling.
Yay! Our first patch of concrete on the world. We've only got, like, all of the rest of this to go. Yeah, I've got to think this might be one of those games where, oh, we've actually not researching anything. Oh, never mind. Let's quickly fix that. So this might be one of those games where I don't just play it on stream, and I do little bits in between, kind of like what I did with Raft, where rather than making people just sit there and watch, we just sit and collect crap. I did a little bit off stream to kind of make it a little bit nicer for people, so they didn't have to just sit and watch like this, just twiddling the thumbs and like, okay, we've got stuff making, we just need to wait for stuff to be built, because that is not going to be interesting for people to watch. Because I know there's certain ways of having it so that things like all this research stuff, the best way of doing it that I've seen is surrounding one of the poles with it. Just because obviously it's a 2D grid on a 3D world. So you'll notice that obviously we've got the grids, but then you'll notice that as we get closer to the poles, things shift so they don't line up, and it makes it awkward to line things up. So the way I've seen people play this before, who are very good at games like this, what they tend to do is head all the way up to the North Pole, because we've got a little condensed ring around, and they'd kind of do what was known as the sushi science in Factorio. So they'd make a ring of labs to research, and then they'd have a belt going all the way around, or a couple of belts going all the way around, which would then have research fed onto those belts that would just keep circling around, and they'd pick it off as needed. And then obviously multiple belts, different types of research on.
The data shows this is a planet without natural silicone veins. However, you can still obtain some by smelting stone ore. While you still need a massive silicone collection, you need to find a planet rich with silicone veins as soon as possible.
Thank you, robot. Also, I really like the fact that you can tell that it's like Google translated on some of the bits, just because it's like, you know, the way they've worded things, they will add an ed. It's like, you know, you're saying, you know, the richness of the veins is like, you know, we need a richid rather than a rich planet. A planet with rich veins. We need a richid planet of veins. I think the devs of this are Chinese. I think. I haven't really looked into it much, because honestly, it makes no difference to me as long as I'm not using the Epic Store launcher. I don't mind. Let's see, what are we doing into... It's not too bad in terms... I mean, we are going to want way more production on this. Just because, you know, it's just getting used up too quick. It's like that was like 150 and it's already gone. And it's such a tiny little patch. It's probably looking in the realm of like 50,000 to 100,000 concrete needed to do the entire planet. But at the very least, we want to be able to sort of smooth out some of these little bits around, like these little, just these little lakes. And then also take a big chunk of this lake as well. Just so that we've got a nice flat open area to build shit on. And then as we progress, we can then expand and pick and choose the bits that we do foundations with. Let's have a look. Coal and magnetic. So that gets us flight. So let's do that. Upgrade the drone engine. Increase the recovery speed. Mass construction for the blueprint. That gets us another drone. Yeah, unfortunately, we can't, once we've put it in, we can't drag it back to where it needs to be. So I think we're going to have to do the classic cancel it, do it. Cancel it, do it. Cancel it, do it. Cancel it, do it. Cancel. There we go, because that one, it's going to be extremely quick to do. But boom, there we go. We can now view vein distribution on the planet.
You have unlocked the universe exploration. Now you can click the details display button in the lower right corner of the screen to open real-time distribution details of the ore veins.
There we go. See, where were we? There we are. It gives us a bit of detail now so that we can plan from above where to expand to. Because like when we need oil, we've got a crude oil seep right here. So we can do some foundations around here because then we've got a crude oil on either side. We can get that sorted. It just helps us plan a little bit then. Let's have a look at what else there was, because I know that we need to have... Oh, okay, so mining speed, that's a new one. I'm trying to remember which one of these. Or was it actually under technologies, maybe? No, no, I don't think it was. I think it is under upgrade that somewhere there is the one that lets us, you know, get out and, you know, fly off. But that allows us to do veins in the whole system, which again, very useful because it means we can plan which planet to aim to, because it takes a lot of energy to get to other planets. Right, so can't do that yet because we actually need to make those. But yeah, there used to be like an engine one. Is it this? That unlocks flight. Or is it literally that we just need flight to be able to actually start moving in space? Would be, you know, relatively simple if that is the case, but... Right, okay, so we need coal. We've got plenty of that. We'll take that. Then we need magnetic coils, which we should have. Assuming that we... plenty in there. Yeah, because we've filled that up, so this should now... We can just, you know, steal them directly out of here. Yeah, I think I definitely am thinking that before next time, what I'll do is definitely get this sort of basic area setup done. Like stripping it down, rebuilding it all, you know, looking at an actual good base to do it, you know, a good little... I keep using terminology that I've got from Factorial, like the jumpstart base, which is basically kind of what I've been trying to do here, which is the little bit of construction that starts making all of the little things that will help us then jumpstart to make it bigger. So we'd want to have things like making more smelters, making more assemblers, making more furnaces, you know, for the thermal power plants, making more matrix labs, and having it all automated in a line, all feeding into little boxes. So what we can then do is go, okay, the plan is we need to do a new ore belt, and we can just run through, grab some smelters, grab the belts, grab the loaders, grab some storage, run off to where we need to go, and we've got everything we need being made whilst we're off doing other stuff. Because then whilst we're off doing whatever that new ore belt is, all the machines would then be restocking what we've just took. Rather than having to go, oh, I need a new miner, let me just quickly go click, 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 click. We'd have that being done on its own. That would be the plan. But tomorrow I'll probably do Long Dark again. I am thinking of maybe alternating, or doing maybe like a couple of days a week on Long Dark, a couple of days a week on this, and then the Saturday stream with snails of the weird stuff, and then having a couple of days a week off. I mean, I am still relatively new to this, and I want to make sure my voice doesn't die horribly whilst I'm getting things up to, you know, while I'm learning about how everything's working and getting used to it all. Also, we can now fly! Whee!
You have received the ability to fly. Double-click the space key to lift off, and then use the arrow keys to control mecha movement. the moving speed will increase by 150%, with more energy consumed under flight mode. Pressing the Alt key can return the mecha to the ground during the flight.
Let's actually go and Oh, good night. Good night, Suzu. I was probably thinking of so you know, it's half 11, so I did start streaming later than normal today because I was getting some food and exercise done. But yeah, thanks for coming, Suzu. Always good to have you. Always love having you in chat. And we do still at some point need to do that Faz collab. Oh yeah, and plate up, yeah. That's also what I was doing before I came on here. I was trying to finish one of my franchises again. Oh, that'll be fun. I'll get to teach you how plate up works and all the sneaky little tricks, because there's some tricks in there that people don't realize you can do, like how to make pizza using only a sink. And teach you the ways of the plate. It's to do with the recipes. Is the way you use flour, you can either knead it once and it becomes a dough ball. You knead it again, it becomes a pie crust. But if you knead it and add water, it still, it does the same thing. It'll become a pie crust. So you can use water in place of kneading. And to make a pizza crust, you need water and oil. So if you put the oil in the sink, you can just double tap the flour on the sink and boom, pizza base. Rather than having to go knead it or move it around, it's just a nice, quick, easy way. It's like boom, pizza base, done. Now you can do the other stuff. It's something you wouldn't think to try it. You also need to make sure you've got a spare sink, because you do still need to wash up in the sink, which you can't do if there's a bottle of oil in the sink. But it's just one of those things that it's not technically a glitch because it's working exactly as intended. It's just the way the mechanics work together. I would love that if you could actually have a machine that just flung plates out the windows that are washing them, and then at the other end, a machine that just made new plates. That would be a fun one, but that would make for some very fun automation stuff. But yeah, I'll let you get to sleep. I will probably also, there's an auto save. I'll probably call the stream here and then go just do a few other bits and pieces with this area. Try and do a little bit of improvement whilst I'm off stream before next time. Basically, get a bunch of the research done. The stuff that involves me just sitting here and not doing anything, which I don't really want to bore you with on stream. So yeah, we've got a decent start going, I suppose. Considering I have no idea the ratio needed for everything and all the fancy stuff like that. But between now and the next time, I'll watch a few vids. I know Neil House has got quite a bunch of stuff on this of like how to get started. So I might watch a couple of his vids on YouTube because he's good at these games and he knows what he's doing. And then next time we can turn up and have a decent start and have some plans maybe, rather than just I'm gonna pick up a game and start playing. So yeah, until then, as always, thank you for watching. It's always a pleasure. Thank you for the lurker. You know who you are, because Susan's the only one that's been talking. And I'll see you next time. And so I'll say, bye-bye.